A little bit more detail on what Hurricane Ian is doing right now. Let's get you over to Tim Deegan.
All right, thank you, Michaela. And this is another example of we are the river city by the sea. We are all connected to that ocean, that is for sure. Deep in the southeast Gulf of Mexico now, there is Ian. At about 8 o'clock this morning, the Key West radar picked it up. And so in addition to the hurricane hunters being out there, we're going to have continuous coverage by radar as it goes by Key West, then Tampa, even here in Jacksonville, and then hopefully about this time on Friday, if not earlier, heading off to the north of us. Here is the cone of concern. A little bit of good news for our friends in Tampa. If the eye had hit Clearwater, and it's not a done deal yet, but if it had hit Clearwater, we would have seen a 10, maybe 15-foot storm surge into Tampa Bay that would have caused massive flooding in addition to the wind damage. But if, in fact, it goes ashore near Bradenton, Sarasota, that's better for Tampa. But, of course, bad news for folks farther off to the south. What I want to point out here, certainly this is the track. This is the cone of where it could actually go farther to the east, farther to the west. If it does pass just east of us, then our tornado concern really drops to almost nil. But the main point I want to make, because I do think we're hearing about a Cat 3 and 4. Again, Southwest Florida, that's a big deal, folks. But notice once it even approaches us, we're expecting it to be a tropical storm down to a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm when it's south of St. Augustine. That's Friday morning, and then going by us as a tropical storm. So that's the emphasis. This is going to weaken. It's a big deal, no doubt about it. We could see widespread street flooding, maybe some water into homes and businesses between 1 a.m. Thursday and 4 p.m. Friday. We'll talk more about the tides. That's why Michaela talked about that. What's some good news here? Did you notice today? You know, we talk about the dew point being the decider. These are dew points in the 40s. We talked about their dry air in the southeast. Well, as this hurricane continues to intensify, it's going to pull dry air into this system, so it's going to weaken not only because of land interaction, but by the time it makes it to us, we can see dry air wrapping completely around the system. That's something we will be watching very closely over the next couple of days. Dry air is our friend. We'll see how well that dry air helps us as the intensifying hurricane heads our way.